Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you guys? Is everybody fine? Great. Awesome. Awesome. No issues, right? Great. Awesome. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I humbly welcome you guys to a new bootcamp via DevTown. It is the Backend Web Development Bootcamp, in which we are going to learn about backend web development, and the technologies that we are going to focus upon are going to be JavaScript as the programming language of choice. The other technologies that we will be focusing upon will be Express, Node.js, NPM, and some other packages that are very important for backend web development. In this particular bootcamp, we are going to learn everything from the utmost basics, so you don't have to worry about anything, guys. Okay, we'll be starting from the utmost basics. You don't even need to know what is JavaScript. Okay, you don't even need to know what is JavaScript, guys. We'll be starting with the utmost. The only thing that you should be knowing about is English. That's it, guys. If you are able to understand English before coming to this particular bootcamp, you are well, you have all the tools that are necessary to understand what is going on in this bootcamp itself. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. So before I am able to introduce the bootcamp to you guys or introduce myself, I would like to understand something about you guys as well. So please try to introduce yourself in the live chat before we are able to start. Okay, let me know from where do you belong from. Okay, and what are you currently pursuing? For example, if I am talking about it, I'll be saying that I'm currently pursuing fourth year BTech CSC from BIT Meshra, and I am from let's say Jamnagar. Okay, I'm from Gujarat. Okay, so whatever place that you are from and what are you currently pursuing, please do introduce yourself in the live chat for the other students as well as for me, guys. Then I will introduce myself after that. Okay, so Pune AI and DS. Okay, great. Then you are having from Pakistan. We are having Lodhi, Delhi. Okay. Second year BTech from Andhra. Good. Tamil Nadu BE Mechanical first year. Great. Then I'm able to see from VIT. I'm able to see from IIT Bombay. I'm able to see from Mumbai pursuing BE Computer Science first year. Good. From Sri Lanka, there are a lot of people joining us from Sri Lanka and South Africa. That's really great to see. Okay, from BSIT Pakistan, that's also great, guys. Okay, we are able to see people from Ghaziabad, Noida. We are able to see people from Kenya, Tamil Nadu. A lot of people from Kenya as well. I'm able to see right over here from Kerala. IIT Madras CS, first year Punjab, Pakistan, Civil. Okay, great. Vadodara. People are joining us from not just from India, but also from across all over the world as well. I'm able to see people from Nepal as well that are joining us. Odisha. Then we are having people from Gwalior, Kerala, Jaipur, Hyderabad. America. That's really great to see, guys. Okay, so now that you guys are introduced yourself, okay. Rakshit, of course, the project submission would be there to check up on your work, right? We have to check up on your work, whether you have done, whether you have learned something or not. And in the previous day bootcamp, we have done the project as well. There's no attendance for previous day. Just attend the particular bootcamp, do the project before the deadline, and you will get your certificate. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Good. Okay, great, guys. Amazing. So I'm able to see a lot of people joining us from all over the world, even from Nigeria and other places as well. So now that you guys have introduced yourself, let me introduce myself to you guys. So my name is Shaurasana and I will be your instructor for the next 7 days of this particular bootcamp. I started out my journey as a data analyst intern in Reliance Industries, where I worked for 2 months as a data analyst intern. After that, I went into Geo as a data scientist intern, where I did my internship in data science for 6 months in Geo. After that, for my first job, I joined Google as an Explore ML lead. That's a machine learning lead in Google. I worked for almost 15 months in Google before leaving the company. After that, I joined various different startups. I tried to change my career into full stack web development. I did a job in front end web development, back end web development. Right now, I'm currently working as a full stack web developer in Fastnell. So that is my basic introduction to you guys. I've conducted more than 500 boot camps up till this particular point of time. I have trained more than 7,000 students up to this particular point of time. I've placed more than 6,500 students up till now. So this was a generalized introduction about myself to you guys. Okay. And I'm very excited to bring you guys this particular bootcamp on backend web development with JavaScript, Node.js, Express, Mongo, and that is what we are going to do, right? So this is not recorded like yesterday. No, Omkar, I am live today. Okay. Okay. So like I've already said, guys, in this particular bootcamp, you don't have to know anything before starting the bootcamp. Okay. You don't need to have any knowledge about front end or back end or anything related to web development. You don't even need to know JavaScript as well. This is a very beginner friendly bootcamp, guys. Anybody and everybody who wants to learn backend web development can be a part of this bootcamp, no matter what kind of knowledge do they already possess. The only prerequisite for this particular bootcamp is that you should be able to understand my English. That's it. You should be able to understand my English. That's it, guys. Okay, that is the only prerequisite. That is the only thing that you should be knowing before joining this bootcamp. The reason why I'm going to use English as the mode of communication in this particular bootcamp is that we don't just have students from India joining us. We are having students from Sri Lanka. We are having students from Nigeria, Africa, America. We are having students from Pakistan. We are having students from South India as well that do not know Hindi. Along with the same, when you're learning backend web development, I hope so. Most probably, you are aiming for getting a job in backend web development as well. So for that as well, in your interviews, you are not permitted to speak in Hindi. So English is a very important skill set, and you will have to study that. So there's nothing that you can do about it. Okay. Great, guys. So that is a generalized introduction to the bootcamp. Again, we'll be learning JavaScript from scratch. We'll be learning backend web development from scratch. That is from the utmost basics. So you don't have to worry about anything. Okay. Secondly, guys, one more thing that I want you guys to focus upon is that in the bootcamp, the entire bootcamp, I've arranged it into such a way. The first day is the introduction to the bootcamp itself. Okay, I will just introduce you to the few topics just to make sure that you guys are on the same level. You guys are starting out at the same level itself. On the second day of the bootcamp, on the second and third day of the bootcamp, I will be teaching you guys JavaScript as a programming language. Okay, first day, basics, introduction to the topic, all these kind of stuff. Second and third day, I will be teaching you guys JavaScript. Fourth, fifth, and sixth day, I will be teaching you guys backend web development. I will be teaching you guys Node.js, Express, NPM, all these type of technologies, how to integrate these technologies together to create a backend. And on the last day, that is on the seventh day of the bootcamp, we will be doing a project. And this particular project, we'll be doing it in the class itself. You will be making that project. You'll be submitting the project back to us. We'll be checking those projects out for you guys. You will be adding those projects to your resume as well. So in this particular way, while joining the bootcamp, you had no idea what is even programming. But while ending the bootcamp, you have learned JavaScript, you have learned backend web development, you have created a project that you can now put up on your resume as well. Okay, so that is the first and the foremost biggest thing about this bootcamp, that no matter from which level you are at the end of the bootcamp, you have a project and the knowledge about backend web development on your resume itself. The second best part about this bootcamp is that there are 4 certificates associated with this bootcamp. 4 certificates associated with this bootcamp. Now, usually the certificates will be dispatched to you after 7 or 8 days after the end of the bootcamp. Okay, for those guys who are here from the previous bootcamp as well, who are confused, let me be very clear with you guys. Once the bootcamp has ended, we will be checking up your attendance and everything. It is taking us 5 to 6 days to do that. Once you have done that, then we will be dispatching your certificates as well. Now, these 4 certificates that are there associated with this particular bootcamp are from, first of all, you will be getting a certificate via DevTown. Okay. Second certificate that you will be getting will be via Google. So this bootcamp has been brought to you in collaboration with GDG, that is Google Developer group itself, and you will be getting a certificate via Google as well. The third certificate that you will be getting will be in collaboration with Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Program. So you'll be getting a third certificate via Microsoft as well. After that, you will be getting a one more certificate that is via Amazon. Okay, so there are 4 certificates associated with this particular boot camp, and that you'll be receiving after 5 to 6 days after the boot camp has ended. And the criteria of these certificates will be based upon your attendance. Now, those students who are here just for the certificates, let me be very clear with you guys. Okay, let me be very clear with you guys that if you are here just for the certificate, you are not going to get it. If you are here for the learning objective, you are here to learn something right over here, then only you will be getting your certificates, otherwise not. Okay, these certificates usually get dispatched directly from the company's end. Okay, so Google will be dispatching their certificates, Microsoft will be dispatching their certificates, Amazon will be dispatching their certificates. Sometimes a little bit of time will be taken to dispatch the certificates because these companies have a lot of work, but usually you will receive the certificates once the bootcamp has ended. Within 1 to 2 weeks, you will be receiving all the certificates associated with the bootcamp. Usually the students who get the certificates, okay, they post it on LinkedIn itself. So I can show you guys the certificates on LinkedIn. So most of our students who are a part of DevTown, who attend the DevTown bootcamps itself, once they receive their certificates, they usually post it on LinkedIn. As you are able to see, many of the students have already posted a lot of certificates right over here. So I'll show you some of the certificates. I hope that somebody has posted all the certificates right over here, guys. So you will be receiving 3 certificates, 4 certificates that are there. So you are having DevTown certificate of participation for this particular bootcamp. This will be a certificate via DevTown's end. Then you are having a next certificate via Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Program, as you are able to see. So this will be sent directly via Microsoft itself, guys. And the last particular certificate that you are able to see right over here is for the Developer Students Club. So this was one of the boot camps, Google Drive clone using HTML and CSS, that we conducted, I think so, in the start of this month itself. So these guys received their certificates after 10 days of the bootcamp has ended. So usually it takes time to send out the certificates, checking up your attendance, checking up your project submissions and everything. So it takes some time. Be patient about it. Okay, it's not as if you're paying something for this, right? You're not paying anything. The entire bootcamp is completely free. Okay, what we want from your end is just your support. What we want from your end is your enthusiasm to learn right over here, to learn something new, to grow your own careers itself. If you are doing that with us, you don't have to worry about the certificates. The certificate will take some time, but it will come to you guys. Okay, so any type of people who want to check up the certificates that we are providing, I've already told you guys, most of our students already posted up on LinkedIn itself. So you can just scroll over LinkedIn on DevTown's mention profiles, and you will be able to find all the certificates associated with DevTown that has been given to so many different students. Every day almost 100 students basically post their certificates on LinkedIn for us. So that's great. They are able to show their projects as their certificates to other people as well, guys. Okay, great, guys. Awesome. What are the value of the certificates? These certificates can be added to your resume to showcase that you guys have got certified via Google, Microsoft, and Amazon on backend web development, and you have a project on backend web development via these particular companies as well, even DevTown, of course. And that will basically increase the weightage on your resume itself, that yes, this particular person knows backend web development. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand up till here, guys? Please let me know. Great. Amazing, guys. The next particular thing that I want you guys to understand is about attendance. Okay, again, I'm telling you guys one thing. Anybody, so we have 2 people, 2 volunteers that are there in DevTown that have only one job: to note down the emails of the users that are writing about attendance in the live chat. Anybody and everybody who's asking just about the attendance and is not focused upon the class, these guys are not going to get the certificates. It is as clear as that. If they have 100% attendance as well, these guys will not be able to get their certificates because they are much more interested in getting the attendance rather than learning right over here. And we are not interested to entertain such type of students. If you're here for the learning experience, you're here to learn backend development. Yes, the project is complimentary. Yes, the certificates are complimentary. You will be getting those certificates right over there. But if you're here just for the certificates, and not because of the knowledge that is being transferred, then I think so this is a wrong platform for you guys. Okay, so that is something that I'm telling you guys right now itself. Okay, so that you don't come at a later point of time saying that I have 100% attendance, I didn't get my certificates. The reason is very simple why you didn't get your certificates itself. The next particular thing that I want you guys to understand is that the certificates will be sent to you guys on your email IDs itself. Okay, so whatever email ID that you'll be using to fill up your attendance on a daily basis, on the basis of that you'll be getting your certificates. Now, how to fill your attendance, where to fill your attendance, I'll be letting you guys know at the end of today's class, not right now. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? How to give your attendance, where will the attendance be taken up, what is the method of the attendance itself, will be taken up at the end of today's class. Okay, at the end of it, there's no other attendance. Whatever I say, that is the only attendance that is going to be there, and the attendance will be taken up at the end of today's class. Okay, and I will be telling you guys how to take up the attendance, what is the process of the attendance as well. So up till that point of time, let's get started with our today's class, guys. Okay, so okay, like I said, guys, first day we'll be focusing upon the basics of web development, trying to understand the concept of web development itself. On the second and third day, we'll be learning about JavaScript. On the fourth, fifth, and sixth day, we'll be learning about backend web development and the technologies that are there. And on the seventh day, we will be doing our project, guys. Okay, so let's get started right now with our class, guys. Okay, let me open up the Paint as well as our live chat so that I'm able to see you guys right over here as well. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started with a very basic question, guys. How many of you guys do not know what is web development? Could you guys let me know? How many of you guys do not know what is web development, guys? Starting from the utmost basics, okay? Starting from the utmost basics, how many of you guys do not know what is web development, guys? How many of you do not know what is web development? Okay, a lot of students are acknowledging that, no issues in that. Let's start with the basics. So any type of websites that you guys are using, okay, for example, netflix.com, google.com, youtube.com, you're using wikipedia.com, you're using ebay.com, amazon.com, flipkart.com, all these different websites that exist all around the world that you guys are using on a daily basis. These websites were not as if like one day the entire human race just woke up from their sleep and voila, God had already provided you guys with these websites. No, it was not like that. Somebody sat through, a programmer, a software engineer sat through, created that website itself, right? The code for that website, made that website possible, and now you guys are using those websites. So this particular process of creating these websites is called as web development, guys. Okay, this process is called as web development. Now, again, guys, I have a very shitty ass handwriting. So I hope that you guys are still able to understand what I'm writing. Okay, and because this is a bootcamp, guys, notes are something that are meant to be a personal requirement to you guys. So whatever you guys are doing, you guys have to create your own notes. I'm not going to provide you with any kind of notes itself. So you guys will have to create your own notes. Okay, so web development is the process of creating these websites itself. Now, these web development topic, okay, you have to understand that there are 4 pillars to web development. Okay, any kind of website that you want to develop, there are 4 pillars for that, guys. 4 pillars to that. Okay, the first pillar is called as front end web development, guys. The first particular pillar is called as front end web development, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. The first particular pillar of web development is called as front end web development. If the Irun webcam is not working, guys, so I think so you guys will not be able to see me. But no issues in that, guys. I'm not that pretty as well. I still hope so that you guys are able to listen to me carefully and there's no issues with my audio. So even if you are not able to listen to me, there's no issues whatsoever with that, guys. Okay, just try to focus upon the class, try to focus upon the audio itself. my face isn't that pretty as well that you guys have to like look into it. Okay, so just make sure that you guys are focused upon the class, and even if you guys are not able to see me properly, it's totally fine, guys. It's totally fine. Okay, no issues in anything, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. If you guys are not able to see me properly, there is no issues with that, guys. Just focus upon the class itself. Okay, I brought myself once again. Let me just apply some of the proper filters right over here so that the background gets removed. Filters, effect filters, chroma key. Okay, close. Okay, I hope so that now you guys will be able to even see my shitty ass face properly. So the first pillar of web development is called as front end web development. The second pillar is called as back end web development, guys. Okay. Third pillar is called as cloud computing. And the last particular pillar is called as DevOps. Okay, DevOps, guys. I'm going to make you guys understand about all these in brief. Okay, we are not going to go into a lot of depth inside each one of them. What we are going to focus upon in this particular bootcamp is just backend web development, guys. But the other four, I will be explaining it to you guys what is the meaning behind them. So let's get started. So these are the four pillars of web development. Could you guys just repeat? What are the four pillars of web development? Could you guys put it out in the live chat, guys? What are the four pillars of web development? Could you guys put it out in the live chat? Just a quick revision, guys. Just a quick revision. Please let me know. What are the four pillars of web development, guys? Could you guys let me know? Front-end web development. That's amazing, guys. That's amazing. Front-end web development. What is the next four pillars, guys? What is the next pillar? Back-end web development. Amazing, guys. Back-end web development is the next pillar. What's the next pillar, guys? Cloud computing and DevOps. These are the four pillars of web development. Please do remember that. Okay. The next particular thing that we need to focus upon is trying to understand each one of them. Okay, so let us take up the example of a restaurant. Okay, so when you go to a restaurant, there is a place to sit right over here, right? There's a table that will be there. There'll be a chair that will be kept right over there, right, guys? Then you will be having some kind of decorations that will be there. There'll be some lighting, some fans and everything. There will be a carpet right over here where you are sitting right over there. So all these decorations, all these tables and seating is the place where the users go, interact with the restaurant, order their food, eat their food, look at the ambience of the restaurant and then go back home, right, guys? This is the place where the users are able to interact with the restaurant. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. This is the place where the users are able to interact with the restaurant, guys. Please let me know. Yes? No issues in that, right, guys? This is called as the front end of the restaurant, guys. Front end of the restaurant. Okay, why? Because this is the place where the users are able to go, interact with, sit right over there, make sure that they are enjoying the ambience, use your restaurant and then go away from right over there. Okay, so that is called as the front end of the restaurant, guys. In a similar manner, whenever you go on any website in the entire world, itself, guys, for example, if I'm going on netflix.com, okay, if I'm going on netflix.com, then this page that I'm able to see, the things that I'm able to interact with, for example, if I hover over a particular item, it gets enlarged and I can watch the entire series as well, the anime, I can watch a movie and all these kind of stuff. I can see everything right over here. So everything that I'm able to see, interact with, I'm not an employee of my Netflix, right? I don't work at Netflix. I'm just a user. I've just taken up subscription of Netflix itself. So as a user, I'm going on their website. I'm interacting with their website. So that is basically what is called as the front end of the website, guys. Just like the restaurant had a front end to it, where the users were able to interact with the restaurant in a similar way. The website, what you're looking at right over here, what you're able to interact with is called as the front end of the website, guys. Are you guys able to understand this concept of front end? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great. Awesome. The next particular part is called as the back end of a restaurant, guys. Okay, back end. So back end of a restaurant, think about it as the kitchen. Okay, so you are having a kitchen right over here, right? You're having a stove. Okay, you're having some utensils that are being cooked right over here. You're having some other utensils that has been arranged right over here. You are having some kind of storage for your plates and everything that is there, right? You are having a storage unit where you keep all, this is a refrigerator where you keep all your spices, you keep all your meat, your vegetables inside of this storage itself, right? All these kind of stuff you are doing right over here. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? This is the kitchen. Yeah, kitchen you guys are able to understand, right? This is not a new topic. So a user, if you are a user, you're going to a restaurant, okay, to eat food, you are not allowed to enter into the kitchen. You are not allowed to enter into the kitchen. Okay, guys, I think so. There was some lag that was there. I'm very sorry for that. I hope so. Now that you guys are able to listen to me very clearly, right, guys? Please let me know. There was some lag that was there in the middle, but I think so. I've cleared it up. That was my fault. No issues in that. But hey, guys, are you guys able to listen to me carefully? Please let me know, guys. Hey, guys, are you guys able to listen to me carefully? Please let me know. Yeah, the dogs basically just uprooted my entire internet itself. So that is the reason why the internet went off. So I have two dogs, right? So they just uprooted the entire router, and that is the reason why the entire internet went off itself. No issues in that, guys. Let me do one thing. Okay, let's do one thing, guys. Okay, I'll be explaining backend development once again, guys. You don't have to worry about it. But I think so. A lot of students went off due to the lag. They thought that the class is over or something. So let's do one thing. Let us do the day one once again. So what is your thinking? Like, should we do the day one once again tomorrow, or should we continue right over here itself? Please let me know. A lot of students just went off. I don't want them to miss out on the class itself. So what do you think, guys? Should we have the day one once again tomorrow, or should we continue? So almost everybody is saying continue itself. No issues in that. Let's continue with the class then. Okay. So like I've already said, guys, right away here, I'm extremely sorry for my dogs, guys. I will help you guys meet them as well one day. Okay. One day in the bootcamp, I'll bring them to the live and I will show you guys my dogs as well. No issues in that. So let's continue from right over there, guys. So like I said, guys, the backend is basically your kitchen of the restaurant, right? So in the kitchen of the restaurant, only the people who are working in the restaurant are allowed to enter the kitchen itself. If we are a particular user that is coming to the restaurant, if we want to enter into the kitchen, it is not allowed. You're not allowed to enter into the kitchen, right, guys? Please do let me know. In a similar way, okay, in a similar way itself, when you are eating, so for example, if you are eating in the front end, okay, you are sitting in the restaurant, you are eating, you are ordering a particular food, you are saying that, okay, I want to eat some butter chicken, okay, and then the cook, okay, the chef comes to your particular, okay, comes to your particular table and starts preparing the food in front of you. Okay, if the chef comes to your table and starts preparing the food in front of you, like how much oil he's putting, you are able to see, how much spices he's putting, you are able to see, how much chicken he's putting, you are able to see, all these things, you are able to see him creating the food live in front of you, then you will know the business logic of the restaurant, right? What is the business logic? How is the restaurant earning revenue? How is the restaurant earning money? By selling you a particular food that you can't create on your own, right, guys? The restaurant is able to earn money by selling you a particular food that you cannot create on your own itself. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know, guys. Great. So, but now if the chef is coming to your table, creating the entire food in front of you, you know how to create butter chicken looking into that. Right? Now you don't have to come to the restaurant at any particular point of time. You can just create that food in your house itself. That is the reason why the back end is kept completely separate. Nobody is allowed to enter into it except the people working right over there, to keep the business logic of the entire business intact, so that nobody knows how to create food. In a similar manner itself, when you look at websites, okay, for example, this netflix.com, if I go into netflix.com itself, all these movies that are there, these are not present on your laptop. This is present somewhere else. You are streaming these movies from Netflix. All these movies are present in the back end of the Netflix website itself. The back end of Netflix, you cannot see into it because it contains their business logic. It contains these movie recommendations that you guys are getting right over here. Okay, all these featured for you today, some comedies, all these recommendations that are coming to you, these are the recommendation engine of Netflix. You guys don't have access to it. You guys are user. The people working in Netflix might have the access to it, but you won't. All that is business logic of Netflix. If the business logic was made public, anybody would have created Netflix and started their own Netflix itself. But that is not possible because Netflix has kept its business logic very secretive, right? That is all present in the backend. When you're logging into the platform, you're providing it with the ID and password. How is Netflix able to check up that actually that is the right ID and password? All that logic to check up your ID and password from millions, 200 million users are there on Netflix, to be able to check up your ID and password within seconds, within milliseconds. All that happens due to the business logic that Netflix has created. Now, please try to understand this. When I'm talking about back end of a website, it is nothing else but just lines and lines of code, just pages and pages of code and nothing else. That is how you create the business logic. Whatever your business logic is of a website, that logic is then converted into code that basically runs. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. The business logic of a website is nothing else but lines and lines of code that exists, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Lines and business logic of the entire any website in the entire world is nothing else but just code. Now, code cannot exist fundamentally inside of air, right? Code cannot exist inside of air or something, right? It needs a particular device to run upon. For example, you guys are, code is nothing else but software, any kind of software. For example, I'm using Paint. Okay, Paint is also just a software. Inside of it, it is just lines and lines of code and nothing else. You are using your web browser, such as Chrome web browser. Again, Chrome web browser cannot exist without the help of a computer. It is just code and nothing else, guys. It is just code and nothing else. For it to exist, for our backend to exist, which is nothing else but code, we need to have a computer upon which it runs. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know, guys. We need to have a computer upon which it runs, guys. And this computer upon which our backend code basically lives is called as your server. Okay, it's called as your server. The technical term is server. Okay, so I'm guaranteeing you guys one thing, guys, that you guys must have seen a server in your life once in some of the Hollywood or Bollywood movies that you guys are currently watching. I can guarantee you guys that. Let us go to our website. Let us go to google.com. Let us go to images. Let me search for servers. Okay, so right over here, you must have seen in some kind of movie these type of areas wherein the protagonist is going right over there, connecting his computer to some kind of other device, and then he starts writing some kind of gibberish code, and then he says that I'm hacking into the platform, I'm downloading all the data, I'm frying up all the servers. This is the place where all the servers are usually kept. Okay, so you guys have seen these servers in your life once or twice in some kind of movie that you guys have already watched. So if I zoomed in into this, each of these boxes that you guys are able to see right over here, okay, each of these boxes that you guys are able to see right over here, guys, these boxes are nothing else but servers. Okay, all these boxes are nothing else but servers, guys. Now, try to understand what is the difference between a server and a computer. Take up your laptop. take up your laptop, remove the screen of the laptop. Okay, take up your laptop, remove the screen of the laptop itself. Voila, you have now got a server for you. It's as simple as that. Okay, take up your laptop, remove the screen of your laptop itself, and you have got a server in place. That is how easy it is to understand. This is a very rough concept that I'm giving you guys right over here on what is a server. Why I'm giving you guys this particular example is to understand, okay, to understand this particular fact that server is nothing else but just a computer. It is a computer without a screen that basically contains a CPU, it has a GPU, it has a RAM, it has a particular storage unit. It has all these same things as your normal computer itself. That is the reason why I use that example. Please do not remove the screen of your laptop to convert it into a server. You can create it into a server with this screen as well. That is what we are going to do this time, right? We are going to work upon a backend development, right? So we're going to convert our own laptops, our own smartphones itself into a server. So you don't have to worry about it. Without removing the screen as well, you can do that. Okay, so the next thing that is there is, guys, that servers are very costly, because these servers are professionally built just for one particular use case, that is to contain backend code inside of it. Okay, wherein whenever you guys are accessing Netflix, millions of people are trying to access just one server. Millions of people are trying to access that server itself. The server has to cater information to millions of people at the same particular point of time. So these servers are built professionally, very robust, with the best-in-class CPU, with the best-in-class GPU, with the best-in-class RAM, with the best-in-class SSD storage. These are very costly. Let me give you one example, guys. So Google provides a server for free for everybody to use in their platform called as Google Colab. That server utilizes a GPU that is called as the Tesla GPU, guys. Okay, that is called as the Tesla GPU. Now again, this Tesla GPU has no interaction, no relationship to Elon Musk or Tesla. It is named as the Tesla GPU. Each of these GPUs, each GPU costs 7 lakh rupees. That is the cost of one GPU, just one of the components of the server. A good quality server will cost you about 60 to 90 lakh rupees. A medium quality, average quality server will cost you 20 to 30 lakh rupees. A poor quality server will cost you 3 to 4 lakh rupees, guys. That is the cost of buying a server. Now we are frustrated right now. I wanted to create. Sir, will you also teach us front end? If not, will you teach us? Sir, will you teach us front end? If not, will you teach us? So I think so. With the name of the bootcamp, it is very clear that this is a backend development bootcamp. We are going to have a front end development bootcamp in the future. So you guys can join right over there if you want to learn front end. In this bootcamp, our total aim and our goal will be to learning back-end development. Okay, so please make sure that you are focusing upon that itself. Now we are having a very big problem right now. I wanted to create my own website, right? We both wanted to create our own website, right, guys? And now we have to buy a 3 lakh rupees, 20 lakh rupees, 90 lakh rupees server. How are we going to do that? It is just impossible for us, right, guys? Please let me know. It is just impossible for us, right, guys? We don't have that kind of money to buy these servers. So what can we do? Let's go back to our restaurant example itself. Okay, so let me take you back into the restaurant example. Let's assume I need a volunteer for this example. Can somebody volunteer to become an example for me, guys? Can somebody volunteer to become an example for me? Please let me know. Can somebody become a volunteer for me to use? Please do let me know, guys. Anybody who wants to be a volunteer, who has a very easy name that I don't forget. Okay, let's take up Harsh. Okay, let us take up Harsh itself, Harsh Meshram. So let us take up Harsh as the example. Harsh is an up and coming entrepreneur. Okay, he wants to start up his own startup, and he's like, okay, I've got the funding, I've got everything, I've got money, I'm going to create my own chain of restaurants all across the entire world. Okay, I'm going to create my chain of restaurants all across the entire world. Harsh Palace or something like that. Okay, whatever he wants to name it. But for that, he has thought that, okay, first I will expand to 200 locations in just India. Before starting around the entire world, I will expand to 200 locations just in India, guys. Now he has two particular methods to continue from right over here. He can buy 200 locations, or he can rent 200 locations. Now, if he is buying 200 locations, first of all, a lot of money is required. Each location will cost him around 1 to 1.5 lakh crore rupees. 1 to 1.5 crore rupees just as the initial investment in his business itself. Okay, so 200 locations, that is almost 200 crores he will be needing at that particular point of time. Once he purchases a particular location, if that location does not work, he is screwed. He cannot leave from right over there. He has to stay there because he has bought the place. So all these problems he will be facing right over there, guys. He has to manage all those properties on his own. He has to take care of all those properties on his own. Everything he has to do on his own itself. A lot of fucking cost is there, right? And the second particular option is to rent 200 particular locations. Rent will be like 50,000 rupees, 60,000 rupees per location. It will be like all of the different things will be there, right? He will be maintaining and everything. He can loan it out to other people. Less amount of money will be required right over there. So what do you think, guys? Which is a better opportunity for Harsh to open up 200 locations at the same particular point of time? Is it better to buy the property, or is it better to rent the property, guys? Please let me know. It is better to rent the property. Absolutely correct, guys. In a similar way, for servers as well, to buy these very costly servers, it is really impossible for us to do that. Okay, it's not as if we don't have the money. It's impossible for us to actually do that because it's very costly. But there are companies such as Google, Amazon, Microsoft, that have tons and tons of servers that they already own. They create the servers, they keep it for themselves itself. For example, Google has more than, I guess, 50 million servers just in India. Google has more than 50 million servers just in India. The most amount of servers that any company that has is Amazon. So Amazon is at the first particular position. At the second particular position, it is Microsoft. And at the third particular position, it is Google. That is the ranking of the number of servers that each of these companies are actually having. Okay. So what happens right over here is that Amazon says that, okay, I'm having 50 million. Okay, I'm having 50 servers. Let us leave 50 million. That will be a very big number for us to handle. Let us have, Amazon has 50 servers itself. It is saying that I'm only utilizing 20 of these servers right now. I'm not even utilizing 30 servers. So it will say that, okay, these 30 servers, I will be renting it out. You can rent out these 30 servers, even one server at a time, multiple servers at the same time, according to the minutes that you are using, according to the hours that you are using, according to the days that you are using, months, years, or even hundreds of years as well. So you can very easily, okay, you can very easily take up servers on rent from Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and use it right over there, guys. It is as simple as that, guys. It is as simple as that. If you guys want to understand how these renting of servers basically work, how this entire concept of things basically work, this is called as cloud computing, guys. And we are going to have a bootcamp on cloud computing very soon. And we'll be referring to a particular website called as AWS, that is Amazon Web Services. Okay, what is the criteria for renting? The criteria for renting is that you should have a credit card, where if you are renting a server, you can actually pay for the server. But approximately, like, each Google, Microsoft, and Amazon provides a lot of free servers for you guys to use as well, up to like 5 GB and all these kind of conditions that are there. So you can use all this for free as well. But the point that I'm trying to make right over here is that this concept of renting servers out, and these are very cheap. Like, the rent will be $1 a day, like 80 rupees a day itself. Or like, if you're taking over very hybrid, like very high class, very like 90 lakh rupees server on rent, it will be like 3,000 rupees a day. That is as simple as that. It is very, very, very cheap right over there, guys. Very cheap right over there. Okay. So that is the reason why availability on rent is extremely great, guys. It is extremely great. Okay, are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this concept of cloud computing, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this concept of cloud computing? Please let me know, guys. Okay, now let us move on to the next particular concept, guys. That is a very important concept, of course. DevOps. One of my favorite concepts as well. Being very frank with you guys, I just love DevOps. I don't know why I have that, because I like to maintain my things. Like I like my things very organized at all times. Like I want my clothes to be properly organized. I want my stuff to be properly organized. I have a lot of action figures. I like them to be organized as well. So the code as well, I like it to be optimized. I like it to be organized properly. I want everything to be working absolutely fine. Even if I'm not there, the code should be working absolutely fine itself. So DevOps as a topic right over here is a very important topic that is very close to my heart. Now, making you guys understand DevOps will be quite difficult in a very short period of time. So I'm going to use an example for you guys to understand it. Okay. So DevOps comes from two words, as you're able to see: development and operations. These are the two words that basically make DevOps as a topic itself. Now, when you're working in a company, you're not the only person working right over there. You guys already know that, right? Microsoft does not only has one employee, one software engineer. It has almost tens and thousands of software engineers just at one particular location itself. Like 10,000 software engineers just at like a Bangalore location. 10,000 software engineers just at the Hyderabad location itself. So there are a lot of software engineers that are present at every single location. Do you guys understand that? Please let me know. Now, there are very few projects that they work upon. For example, 1,000 software engineers will be working on just one particular project. Right now, you guys will be creating projects on your own. You guys will be like, if you are even going for a hackathon, it'll be like 2 or 3 people who will be working on just one particular project itself. But in a company, there will be thousands of software engineers that will be working on just one project. In that particular, somebody is editing a file, somebody is deleting a file, somebody is rewriting the entire code, somebody is deleting a lot of different stuff. All these things are happening at the same particular point of time, because all of them are working at the same time as well. In that particular way, how are you going to make sure the operations of development is happening properly? How are you going to make sure that the operations for development is happening properly, guys? Please let me know. So in that particular case, I'm giving this just one example of one of the problem statements that DevOps solves for you. Have you guys faced this particular problem that you are having one software, you're giving that software to your friend itself, your software was working, your software was working absolutely fine in your own computer, but in his computer it is not working. Maybe he has a MacBook and you had a Windows laptop. Maybe you both have a Windows laptop, or some other problem is there and you guys are not able to figure out that why is my software, okay, maybe the software was a game, maybe the software was a particular like Windows 11 or Windows board operator itself. It was working absolutely fine in your own laptop, but when you gave it to your friend, it's not working in their laptop, and they're calling you and giving you shit right over there that, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Why is your software not working? I have to submit it tomorrow itself. It is not working in my computer. Have you guys faced this particular problem at any particular point of time in your life, guys? Yes, everybody has faced this particular problem. Now think about 1,000 software engineers working on just one particular project. Everybody is having different kind of laptops. Somebody is using a very old MacBook. Somebody is using the latest line of MacBook itself. Somebody is using a Windows laptop with AMD processor. Somebody is using a Windows laptop with Intel processor. Somebody has created his own laptop itself. There are people like that. So everybody is using some other different format of things itself, working on the exact same thing. And when they share their codes with each other, and if it does not work properly, then it will be a big hurdle in the operations, because the work will get extremely slow. So due to that particular thing itself, You are having a solution inside of DevOps. There is a tool called as Docker. Okay, there's a tool that is called as Docker inside of DevOps itself that is used to handle these type of problems itself. That no matter which laptop you are having, no matter which computer you guys are having, your code, if it is working on your laptop, will work the exact same way on any other device. On any other device itself, no matter which device it is. So that is one of the features, one of the problem statements that is solved by DevOps by using one of the technologies that is called as Docker. Okay, so that is one of the examples, guys. Again, there are a lot of different things that DevOps helps to solve. So we will be having a DevOps bootcamp very soon as well. So if you guys want to understand what is DevOps, what are the different technologies involved inside of DevOps, and how to go further into the DevOps itself concept itself, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, and yeah, you can continue from right over there as well. Okay, so are you guys able to understand? Like we are going to have a DevOps bootcamp. We are going to have a cloud computing bootcamp very soon. You guys can definitely participate right over there. Get your certificates, make some projects, understand the topics in a lot more depth as well. But yeah, are you guys able to understand everything that I've taught up till this particular point of time, guys? Please let me know. All the 4 pillars of web development, guys: front end, back end, DevOps, and cloud. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. I hope you guys are able to understand it. No confusions, no problems, right, guys? I know you guys are very smart. I know you guys will be able to do it, right? Amazing, guys. Amazing, amazing. I'm so proud of you guys. Great. So the next particular thing that we need to understand is how the internet basically works. Okay, how the internet works, how the backend works. These 2 particular questions we need to understand it today before moving on to attendance. Okay, every day your classes will be of 90 minutes long, guys. Please do remember that. Okay, your classes will be of 90 minutes because we have a lot to cover in just 7 days. So we don't have a lot of time as well. Okay, so please focus upon the class, guys. Every day the class will be of 90 minutes. Right now we are going to answer 2 particular questions. How does the internet work? And how does the backend basically work? Okay, so let us try to understand this, guys. Let us start with the utmost simple. You open up your computer. Okay, you open up your computer in the morning. You are like, I don't want to study today. Okay, or you are like, okay, I want to study today. Let us study something from DevTown, and you go to like devtown.com, devtown.com. So you're writing the URL, okay, that www.devtown.com right over here, and you are searching for it, right? So what happens after this, guys? What is the next step after this? So your browser, okay, sends a request of this domain name. So this is called as the domain name, guys. devtown.com, google.com, amazon.com, apple.in, amazon.in. These are nothing else but called as domain names, guys. Okay, so your browser basically sends a request to your ISP or your internet service provider, guys. Okay, internet service provider. Now what is this internet service provider? The company of which you are using your SIM, the company of which you are having your Wi-Fi, that is all called as internet service provider, guys. Okay, so for example, Jio, okay, Airtel, AT&T, all these are different examples of internet service providers that are available throughout the entire globe, guys. Now your ISP, that is your internet service provider, have something called as the DNS, guys. DNS, a domain name system. Okay, DNS or domain name system. Think about this DNS as nothing else but a giant, a fucking huge dictionary, guys. Think about this DNS as nothing else but a fucking huge dictionary, guys. A very huge dictionary. And this dictionary itself contains just 2 things: domain name and their IP address. Now, what is this IP address? Okay, domain name I'm able to understand. Okay, devtown.com, google.com, apple.in, amazon.in. All this I'm able to understand as the domain name. What is this IP address, guys? What is this IP address? So in your entire world, if I want to deliver a package to you, okay, I'm saying that, okay, this Red Bull now goes to the person who is the best student of DevTown, guys. Okay, then I need to send this particular Red Bull to him, right, guys? Please let me know. I need to send this Red Bull to him, guys, right? Right, guys? Please let me know. How will I send this particular Red Bull to him? I will have to take his address itself. Please do let me know, guys. I will have to take his address. Now, his address will be unique in the entire world, guys. Right, guys? In the entire world, the address for that particular person will be unique. Right? No other person in the entire world will have the same particular like address itself at any particular point of time. Right? In a similar way, all the computers, all the devices, whether it be a phone, a tablet, a computer, a laptop, a server, any particular device that is connected to the internet has its very own specific address as well, guys. Okay, has its very specific own address itself, and that is how you are able to individually locate a particular computer using his IP address, guys, using his IP address. Okay, so every domain name, so you are basically wanting to connect to a website itself. Now, connecting to a website, like I've already said, is basically to connect to a server, right, guys? Please let me know. Is basically connecting to a server itself, right, guys? Please let me know. Right, guys? Please let me know, guys. Yes. So this IP address that you are able to see right over here inside of this domain name system, this IP address that you are able to see is the IP address of the server, guys, of the server of this particular website. It is the IP address of the server of this particular website itself. Once this particular IP address is found out associated with devtown.com, this IP address is then sent back to the browser, guys. This IP address is then sent back to the browser. So now your browser has the IP address of that particular website, devtown.in. Now your computer will try to establish a contact with that particular IP address. So this is the IP address right over here. I'm just writing some blanks. Let's assume that the computer has got the IP address. So now your computer will physically, again, the word that I'm using right over here, very carefully I'm using it, will physically try to establish a contact with the server that is present somewhere across the entire globe. Maybe the server of DevTown is present in USA. Okay, so you are sitting in Bangalore. This server of that particular IP address is present in USA. So your computer will try to physically, through a wire, establish a contact with this particular server that is present in USA itself. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Everybody was able to understand this, guys, right? Please let me know. Awesome. So what happens right now is that, again, the word that I used was establish a connection to the server physically through a wire. But we are sitting in Bangalore. That server is in USA itself. How are we able to establish a contact with that particular server through a wire? How is that particular possible as well? Now that is possible through the help of ocean internet cables, guys. Is possible through the help of ocean internet cables. Please try to understand it. All this Wi-Fi and everything that you guys are listening about is just between you and the antenna of your Wi-Fi. That's it. After your setup box, everything is wired. After your setup box, everything is wired right over there, guys. Are you guys able to understand it? The Wi-Fi part is just between you. The wireless connection is just between you and the antenna. That's it. After that, it is entirely, okay, entirely connected through wires itself. Let us look at that, guys. Let us look at that as well on the internet. Okay, I will search it for you guys. Ocean internet cables. throughout the entire world, these type of internet cables have been laid out. So as you are able to see, this is a map. So this is a particular picture of the ocean internet cables, guys. As you are able to see, this is how a ocean internet cable basically looks like. And this is an image of all the different ocean internet cables that are existing throughout the entire world, guys, throughout the entire world. And this is the reason why you guys are able to connect with a server from India. You are able to connect with a server present in USA, guys. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know, guys. And one more interesting fact about it, 70% of all these internet cables are owned by an Indian company that is called as Tata Communications. Okay, this is an interesting fact to put it up in perspective. That Tata Communications, one of the Indian companies, of very well-known Indian companies, is the company that owns 70% of all the internet cables that are there throughout the entire world, guys. So if Tata wants, it can shut down the internet of the entire world at any particular point of time. Actually, it can do that. Okay, so that is one of the very less known facts about Tata, and I wanted to put it out into the perspective that India has grown a lot, guys. India has grown a lot. Why not wireless? So when you're sitting right over here, what is the speed that you are able to get from your from your router itself? First of all, as you go away from the router, the speed decreases a lot. Okay, like when you're sitting close to the Wi-Fi, it is like, okay, I'm getting like 100 Mbps, I'm downloading a movie, I'm doing all that. Now when you go a little bit further away, you're getting 10 Mbps, you're into the other room, you are like, array, I'm not even getting internet, where is my internet? You're roaming around with your phone in your hand itself, and that is just within one house. From here in Bangalore, to be able to send enough powerful Wi-Fi, a wireless communication to US will be just impossible. Okay, and it won't be healthy as well. All these radiations that are there around you, it is not at all healthy for you. That is the reason why there are two methods of doing it. One, through a satellite. Okay, so Starlink is one of those examples. You can send up a satellite in the air, and through that you will be sending and receiving the messages, because it's vacuum outside, so it is easier to send and receive messages. Or through fiber optics. Fiber optics will always give you much better speeds than a satellite in a server as well. Okay, that is also something that you need to understand. Okay, no issues in that. Let's continue from right over there. So let's assume that once this particular relationship has been established, this connection has been established itself. This is how the internet works, right? Connection has been established. You are now connected to a server in USA itself. What would you do right now? That is where how the backend works. That is now coming into picture itself. The first particular thing will be happening is your web browser will be sending a request to the server, guys. Your web browser will now be sending a request to this particular website, to the server, guys. It has established its connection. So it will send a request that, dude, I want so every website, the front end of the website itself is created in HTML and CSS, guys. Okay. The front end of a website is created in HTML and CSS. To showcase the website to my user, I have to get these HTML and CSS files. Right, guys? Please do let me know. You don't need to understand what is HTML, CSS. Just think about it that the front end of a website is created in something called as HTML and CSS. Now, if I want to showcase, if I'm Chrome browser, I want to showcase this website to my user, I have to get the HTML and CSS files to actually show that, okay, this is the website that you are going to see. And that HTML and CSS files are currently present inside of the server, guys. This is the HTML file, this is the CSS file. It is present inside the server. So your browser will be sending a GET request, okay, a GET, a GET request, that, dude, please get the HTML CSS file so that I'm able to showcase to my user itself. Can you do that for me? Please get the HTML and CSS file so that I'm able to showcase it for my people itself, for my user itself. So we'll send a GET request to the server. The server will then respond back. So it is sending a GET request. It will respond, R-E-S-P-O-N-S-E, response, C-E, I don't know. What is the spelling of response? I don't know. So it will send a response back to the web browser that will contain the HTML and CSS files, guys. That the browser will then be showing it to you. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. So the get request is requesting that, dude, get me this HTML and CSS file. And the response that is coming back is your HTML and CSS file, guys. Now, please try to understand this. This request and response that is coming in and going out is handled on your server by your backend code, guys. By your backend code. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. There is a code present inside of your backend itself. Okay. There is a code that is present inside of your backend itself, and that basically handles all this get request, all this response. Everything is handled by that code itself, that backend code. And that is what we are going to learn, guys, in this particular bootcamp. Okay, how to create that backend that is able to handle these type of requests and responses right over there, guys. And it will be very simple. You don't have to worry about it. Are you guys able to? So web browsers are like mediators between websites and servers? No, not at all. Web browsers are basically like your television. Okay, there is a lot of radio waves going out and about inside of the entire world itself, right, guys? But can you see these radio waves? Okay, many companies are broadcasting their television sets on a particular radio frequency itself. But are you guys able to see these radio frequencies? No, right? If you want to see these radio frequencies, what would you have to do? You have to purchase a television. This television is able to listen to these radio waves and show you guys some kind of anime or some movies or some cartoon that you want to watch right over there. That is the work of a web browser, guys. HTML, CSS are just files. You just coding files. It's just lines and lines of code inside of that file. You will not be able to understand anything inside of it. But if you want to see a website, your browser will be able to read these HTML and CSS files and convert it into a visual format wherein you are able to see the website itself. That is the use case of a web browser, guys. That is the use case of a web browser. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Amazing, guys. Amazing. You guys are so smart, man. I didn't expect it that so smart people will be coming to our bootcamp. That's really amazing to see, guys. I really appreciate that you guys are here and you guys are learning right over here as well, guys. Okay, so continuing further about it, guys. Before going to our attendance, I know you guys are very excited that yes, we have to fill up the attendance and all those kind of things itself. Before we go out and about right over there, okay, I think so. I'm not able to see my chat. I'll just have to reload the website or something. Wait. Are you guys able to listen to me properly? Please let me know, guys. Sir, explain what is body parser. We will be learning about body parser in this bootcamp. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Just wait for it and you will be able to learn. So just 1-2 pointers I wanted to give you guys before our tomorrow's class. Okay, first thing, guys, please try to understand it that I also know web development, right? I also know backend web development. All these concepts are like teaching somebody how to produce voice through his throat. Not even say something, just produce voice through his throat itself. That's it. That is how easy this is for me. But still, I'm right over here. I'm teaching it to you guys. I'm trying to make sure that everybody is able to understand it. The reason for that is, guys, we have to focus as a community itself. If we want to grow, if we want to make sure that we are achieving strides in the future, we have to grow as a community. Not everybody coming to this bootcamp has all the knowledge that is there. Maybe somebody is having all this knowledge, somebody understands all these topics. Many of the people will not be able to understand this as well. My aim is to make sure that anybody and everybody that is present inside of this particular bootcamp itself is able to understand everything, is able to understand all the concepts, is able to learn from the utmost beginnings without any prerequisites, get out with a project, with certificates, and rock the entire world. That is my aim, guys. So even if you know all these topics, you have already familiarized yourself with all these topics, the only thing that I will be asking from you guys is to help your fellow students out. Okay, if they are facing any problems, they are not able to understand a particular thing, but you already know the topic, just help them out right over there, right? It isn't a big deal. It will revise your concepts as well. When you are explaining concepts to somebody else, it makes your own concepts amazing. Okay, so that is something that I will be asking from you guys. Okay, The second thing, guys, is a little bit of help that we need. Okay, a small help that we need, guys. So as you already know, these boot camps, we organize it almost every single week. We organize boot camps on data science, AI, web development, electric vehicle designing. We have boot camps on UI UX. We will be having boot camps on cyber security and many different topics as well. To conduct these topics, we have collaborations with various different companies. For example, in this particular bootcamp, we are having collaborations with Google, Microsoft, Amazon. Along with that, we have other collaborations with Postman. We are having collaborations with GitHub. So all these different things, guys, that we have right over here, and we are providing it for free to you guys. We need some help from you guys as well. There's no cost for the certificates. There is no cost associated with the bootcamp as well. Okay, so the only thing that we want from you guys is just your support and nothing else. Just your support. Because what happens is that why does these companies continuously give us these certificates, right? Because they are able to see that the students are getting benefits out of this particular boot camps. They're able to see that the people are joining the community itself. They're appreciating the community itself. So we have to showcase them that yes, these many students came to the boot camp. Yes, these many students were a part of the boot camp. They liked the boot camp. They loved the boot camp. They learned something out of this boot camp. These many students got the certificates. These many students posted it on LinkedIn. We have to showcase these results to these companies so that they continuously provide us with certificates for future boot camps as well. Okay, so due to that particular reason itself, I will request, while I am creating your attendance, I will be talking about attendance after that. While I'm creating your attendance, if it is possible, guys, in the next 2 to 3 minutes, could you guys do two things for me? First is to like the video and then to subscribe to the channel itself. These type of metrics we have to showcase to the companies, that how many people liked the video, how many people subscribed to the channel, how many people became a part of the community itself. All these things we have to showcase to these companies itself. If that be a reason, right now itself, could you guys scroll just a little bit? It will take less than a minute, guys. Just scroll a little bit, like the video and subscribe to the channel itself. While you guys are doing that, okay, let us take an aim for at least 1900 likes and subscribes, guys. Let us take up an aim of at least 1900 likes and subscribes. In the meanwhile, guys, I will be creating your attendance. Okay. So once we are able to reach our target of 1900 likes as well as subscribes, guys, again, it will take you less than a minute. Just scroll a little bit down, click on both the buttons. That's it, guys. In the meanwhile, I will create your attendance link as well. Okay. So while you guys are doing that, I'll create your attendance link, guys. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes, guys. While you guys are liking the video and subscribing to the channel as well, I am currently creating your attendance link. We are currently at 1500 likes and subscribes. We are just 400 or 500 behind the target itself, guys. I hope so that you guys will be able to reach the target as well. In the meanwhile, I will be creating your attendance. Right now, we are at 1470, guys. Our target is 1900. So let us make sure that our target is achieved right over there while I am creating your attendance link. Okay, while I'm creating your attendance link, make sure that the target is achieving, guys. Okay, so let me create the attendance link for you guys. Make a copy. Once we have achieved our target, I will be letting you guys know about the attendance, how to fill it up, what will be the attendance criteria for getting the certificates and everything I will be talking about. So you don't have to worry about it, guys. So yeah, I've created your attendance link as well, guys. Let's see how much did we reach. Okay, so I think so almost 500 people didn't like the bootcamp. No issues in that. No issues in that. See, guys, whatever feedback that you guys are having, please do provide it to me. I will always try to make sure that our boot camps become better, become more interesting for you guys, so that you guys are able to love the boot camp. You guys are able to become a part of the boot camp itself, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so let's go back to the topic in hand, guys. The attendance, guys. Attendance. Okay, so every single day I will be providing you guys with a link to a Google form, guys. Right over here, as you're able to see, this is a Google form that you are able to see right over here. I'll be providing you guys with a link to the same. You have to use the exact same name that you want on your resume itself. Every day I will be taking up 1 or 2 attendances depending upon what is my mindset, what I want to do. Okay, I will be taking up 1 to 2 attendances on a daily basis, guys. I can take up the attendance at any particular point of time within the class itself. If you're not present live in the class, you will not be able to fill your attendance. You will not be able to get your certificates as well. The only criteria of getting your certificates is 100% attendance, guys. The only criteria to get your certificates is 100% attendance. Over the 7 days, every day I will be taking up 1 or 2 attendances. That will be a total of 7 to 14 attendances that I will be taking up throughout the entire 7 days. Students who will be having 100% attendance, they are present live in the class, they're coming on time in the class, will be getting their certificates. I can take up the attendance at any particular point of time. I can take up the attendance in the first 5 minutes of the class, I can take the attendance in the middle of the class, I can take the attendance at the end of the class, or I can take up at all 3 times as well. Okay, so if you're not present live in the class, if you're not listening to me carefully, then you will just miss out the attendance. You will just miss out the attendance. You will not even know when the attendance came, when the attendance went away. You will not even know that. So you have to be present in the class live. The classes are at the exact same time. Every single day at 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, we'll be having our classes every single day. So if you are not present in the class live, if you are not coming to the class on time itself, you will not be able to get your attendance. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. So do not tell me at a later point of time that, sir, I came to the boot camp, but still I didn't get my attendance itself. Sir, I filled up all the attendance and didn't get my certificate. See, guys, the attendance is only going to be live. If you are present live in the class, you're going to get the attendance. Otherwise, not. As simple as that. Tomorrow I'm going to take up 1 attendance in the start of the class, in the first 15-20 minutes of the class itself. If you miss out that attendance, you're not going to get your certificates. It is as simple as that, guys. You have to make sure, and every day I can take up 2 attendances as well. So tomorrow I can take up 1 in the first 15 minutes, 1 in the middle of the class. So if you miss out either one of the attendances as well, you're not going to get your certificates. It is as simple as that, guys. It is as simple as that. The second thing that I'm going to tell you guys about is, if your attendance link is not working properly, today is the first day. On the first day, I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to fill up your attendance. 10 minutes is more than sufficient to fill up your attendance. From tomorrow, it is just going to be 5 minutes. From tomorrow, it is just going to be 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, I'll be opening the attendance in the middle of the class. You have to fill up the attendance, and then I will be closing the attendance. It's as simple as that. Today is the very first day, so I want you guys to take your time, understand how the attendance basically works. So I'm giving you guys 10 minutes today to fill up your attendance. Okay, understand how the attendance works and everything. Now please try to understand this, guys. I've not given the attendance link right now. I will be giving it in 5 minutes. Please try to understand, if the attendance link is not working for you, you are getting an error such as traffic error or something like that, that this particular link has a lot of traffic or something like that. If you're getting such type of traffic error, the only thing that you have to do is refresh the page. The link is working absolutely fine, guys. The link is working absolutely fine. If you want to access the particular link, it is not accessible for you, refresh the page. That's it. That is the only thing that you can do. Nothing else, guys. You have to refresh the page again and again and again. You have to refresh the page again and again and again, guys. That's it. Are you guys able to understand it? So if the attendance link is not working for you, what would you do, guys? What would you do? Please let me know. If the attendance link is showing a traffic error, or the attendance link is not working for you, what would you do, guys? Please let me know. What would you do, guys? Please let me know. You will refresh the page. You will reload the page. That is how it will be working for you. Otherwise, not, guys. Now, after I've told you guys everything, please make sure that tomorrow we'll be coming live to the class at 7:30 p.m. itself. Otherwise, you will not be able to get your attendance. You will be missing out on the certificates. Okay, be present in the class live, guys. Now I'm going to provide you guys with the attendance link in the live chat. Okay, I'm going to provide you guys with the attendance link in the live chat right now. I'll pin up the attendance link as well for you guys. Okay, I'll pin up the attendance link for you guys. You guys can start filling your attendance, guys. You guys can start filling up your attendance right now, guys. You guys can start filling up your attendance right now. I've already provided you guys with the attendance link. You guys can start filling up your attendance right now. Okay, you guys can start filling up your attendance right now, guys. I've already provided you guys with the attendance link. I've already provided you guys with the attendance link, right, guys? You can start filling up your attendance right now. For those students who haven't registered for this bootcamp, fill up the attendance itself. We'll consider that as your registration. Do not worry about it. Okay. But in future bootcamps, you will have to register yourself. So as you're able to see, the attendance link is working absolutely fine. 34 people have already filled up their attendance. At exactly 9:02, I will be closing the attendance link, guys. At exactly 9:02, I will be closing the attendance link today. Set an alarm for 9:02. I hope to see you guys live in tomorrow's class. Okay. I hope to see you guys live in tomorrow's class itself. And we'll be continuing from right over there, guys. Okay. So please make sure that you guys are live in tomorrow's class. Please do not be late for the class itself. And we'll continue from right over there. Thank you so much, guys. I will meet in tomorrow's class. Please be present on time itself. If the attendance link is not working for you guys, just reload the attendance link. It will be working absolutely fine. I loved the class with you guys. We'll be meeting tomorrow and we'll be continuing from right over there. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, guys. Have a great night ahead. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, guys. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye, guys.